go. Go, baby, 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 go.
Mylady Curlin was first. Number 9 was Moonlit Garden for me. Brad Cox finished fourth. It's being accompanied by Sather Family, followed by Sather Family. Trained by Brad Cox with winning jockey. Third Gaffalione. The time is 1:50.11 seconds, and it's official. The upcoming 10th race today, scratch number 4 is in charge, 9.
She was allowed to settle, and I think that just made a little bit of a difference, helping her finish up.
You felt you could reel and go Google yourself anytime you
Yeah,
wanted?
coming off the turn, I felt like I had plenty of force, and when I hit her the first time, she responded, so I was fairly confident we were going to get there.
I mean, very well. She had that little win streak. Then she finished third in the Locust Grove. She finished second in the last race. What was the difference today?
I think she really likes the mile and an eighth. We asked her to run the one-turn mile last time. Excuse me, probably not quite her thing, but we thought the way the race came up, we'd give it a shot. I thought she ran a winning race that day. Probably tied into the horse that was on the lead just a touch early. She got a little leg very late. She ran a winning race that day. And then, for her to get back around 2 turns was only a plus. She relishes the mile and an eighth, mile and a 16th distance, the 2 turns, and she just got a great trip today. And she really had to fight off Palm Geese filly. She's a really nice filly that loves this track and is in great form. And she showed up in a big one. I was very proud of her.
I mean, we're sort of at the end of the year. Is there anything that makes sense between now and will she go to fairgrounds with you, where there's really not a strong filly and mare program like Oaklawn?
Right, she could go down there and train. They don't really offer anything for her with what she's accomplished to date. So I'm not saying she wouldn't run there, but we'd probably target maybe more like the Sam Houston Ladies Classic, or possibly some of the stakes at Oaklawn with the Bayakoa Pippin, Azeri, that filly mare series leading up to the Apple Blossom. But she's a tough filly. She's beat some good fillies, and she gives you her A effort every time.
You also finished third with Moonlit Garden.
Yeah.
What about her?
She's not. She's in the January sale.
She.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if they'll sell her. I'm sure they'll have a nice reserve on her. She's, worth a good bit as a broodmare, and she's accomplished filly. But another, feather in her cap as far as another graded placing. Hopefully increase her value, and she's a big, strong filly by Malibu Moon. Hopefully, we'll see what happens leading up to the sale.
And the form from the Groupie doll, even though it lost its grading, has really held up in these graded races.
Well, absolutely, it has. I mean, obviously, Moonlit Garden was third in there, and then Go Goo Yourself went on to win a great graded stake, and another graded placing for her. So no, the Groupie doll definitely deserves to be graded without a doubt. So hopefully that'll happen next year.